can you be part of my advisory panel? I'm going to have my meeting. Just come in and share a word, just in terms of listen to what we're thinking. Maybe give us some light. Mama Anna, N, this is our business, proposition. Where do you think it's lacking? Who am I missing? Who can you recommend, in your sector that should actually come and help us? So you need to actually be that serious and intentional about growing your business, because we do want corporate businesses. I mean, I brought my son here, Mokona. He's sitting in the back, and I say to him, you need to come and listen, because one day you need to start your own company. And the only way you're going to do that is if you learn and you network with people and you think yourself as a corporate person as opposed to an individual who's going to be an entrepreneur. Thank you.
So maybe before you come in,
sure.
We invest a lot on our Facebook pages and my profile on LinkedIn, etc. Why don't I do that for my business? I think when we were asked if we've got Facebook pages, yes, we've got all sorts of beautiful things. Why can't my Facebook page be the page of the things that I am in terms of my business, the parts that I supply? Get yourself out there in the smallest stuff from just those profiles. I think let's be intentional even about those profiles. Because sometimes if it's not private, as one is scrolling, you come across this thing, and I screen grab it and I send it to my team. I came across this. I do that. I don't know you, but I've already said they can contact you and see how they can partner with you from a business perspective. So let me motivate people on that. But also just say, those who wish to come to Gibela for a tour, organize yourselves and let's talk.
Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies. And I think you're absolutely correct. I think with the digital landscape, we can always do anything just at our fingertips. Marketing yourself on social media, having that website is definitely a start to something great for you. Now, let me quickly ask you the last question, Osmasiabi, then I'll hand over for Q&A quickly. I think they have the pressing questions more than I do. How can we then appetize investors and venture capitalists to look into women-led entities for funding?
Thank you. I think I alluded to it in the first question that you asked me, in that we invest, we look after pension funds' money. So pension funds themselves need to start requiring that of us. And in fact, there's actually quite a lot of pressure on us to do it. And that's why we also we need to find more and more business, and we need to find more and more business. Because people who have a voice are demanding us to actually account, right? I mean, we probably don't need that much pressure, because we've already been, as I said, we've been funding townships. You go to Alexander Mall, that's our property. You go to, you talk about rails in Durban, Bridge City, that's our property. So we are in township areas everywhere. Katlehong Mall, we're there. So we are intentional about making sure that there's representation. But I think that's important for people to put pressure, because this is their monies. So that's number one. Number two, it's because it's the right thing to do. I looked up the word meritocracy. And the word meritocracy means that if you, as a female and a male, have got similar qualifications, your starting line, your baseline should be the same. So if we are excluding women from participating, we cannot talk about meritocracy, because in that way we've already disempowered them, because we're not starting from the same playing level field. And as we begin to understand these issues in terms of what diversity does in a business, what women bring to the table, because people now talk about ESG. Are you doing the right things? Are you doing good? You cannot start talking about doing the right things and doing good without a woman in the forefront. Because a woman has been birthing, has been feeding, has been advising, has been praying, has been stock felling, all the good things, they have actually been pioneering it for the longest of time. So there is the pressing matter to really create a meritocracy and allow women to be in the same playing field as males.
Sure.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you so much. Zaz, I think let's give it over to the floor and grab some questions that will then allow us to conclude the panel discussion thereafter.
Okay, nimzulu sisimasiye buthe unemali eyokwakha ama malls. Ngimzwe kahle. Ungabuzi imali ye stockfell, ubuza ukuthi soyakha kuphi imall. Kusho ukuthi imali yakhona
Foot. Good afternoon again. I didn't hear properly, call it or pull it, something. I'm sorry to say that. You said about coming to Gibela for tour. When? Anytime? How? And where?
Okay, thank you. Can we have the next
Can we
question
have the next question?
on this side of the room?
Bazwe ngithi imali yama-mall. Hey, bavuka sweet.
Thank you very much, Program Director, again. I think mine, I don't know, must I say is a question or it's a comment, but it's directed to, I will start with your name,
Masiabi.
Masiabi. I will start with Masiabi. Masiabi, I have heard that you need people that have been operating from 3 years upwards or 2 years. And what I want to know, what happens if maybe that person, obviously the business should be stable and sustainable. But what happened if along the road I have already take your funding and my business collapse? Let me put it straight with some reasons. So what are you going to do? Am I not going to end up being on the credit bureau or lawyers? That's my question for you. Coming to Colette. Colette, you know the department where you are, we cannot shy away that procurement is corrupt. You might say you have a way. Colette, procurement does not have a way to control the who you know. I have heard the lady next to you have just said it's good. Maybe he have taken it as a relationship. But the who you know, once the work is being advertised, already your people that are working for, yeah, skapabona. Hayi labo basebenzelayo kodwa laba abazofaka ama-tender skapabona. Ingathi please, you can just concentrate on that. Tell them that you were at the women function today. They said corruption, it's 201% in procurement. I don't know how can we fight it. It's not only you in Mpumalanga, but it's all over. But I think we need a woman that can stand for this. You know, ngamula le line, also in ngamula spele le sporo. Siyawadinga those brave women because procurement it's corrupt. It's the who you know is there. No matter what you can say, but the who you know in procurement is there. Thank you.
No, basifake nathi sebeyasaza ngithi nathi. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if it's a question or a comment, but I'm a director of a company, and I would like to believe that we fall under logistics, but I don't hear any mention of my side of the industry. So the side of the industry that I come from is from an industrial cleaning side, but we work with trucks. So I don't know if it's a question to just the two ladies or to everybody in general who was part of the panel. How are we included as a woman in that industry? I don't hear mention of any funding. Like I hear there's talks about 2.5 million, 2.3 million here and there, but I don't hear anything about the big figures. Like I would like to buy a dozer, for example. As a woman, as a young black woman, how am I off advantage to get funding like that?
Ufuna malini sithando sami?
30 million, mama.
Umasiyabi umuntu wakho nje ngiqeda ukusho.
Only 30 million.
Umasiyabi angithi le mali yokwakha ama-mall. Unayo umasiyabi kanti wena bokuphi umasiyabi lokwesho? Ucabanga ukuthi i-mall ibuildwa ngamalini kanti? Yilo masiyabi okhulile umasiyabi akhuluma ngayo. Uyabona uzofika la ukhulumeka so ukuthi ufuna 30 million. Umasiyabi uthe imali khona bese uyahamba ekhaya ungakhulumi nomasiyabi ukuthi akuphi imali. Why nenze so? Masiabi, if asatli o, atlokopa chelete, unjwetse o.
Yeah, because actually we do have that. I don't know if you know Sweep South. We have funded Sweep South. And I think the lady just mentioned now, you know, which is very helpful, Guti. You're actually part of the value chain. So you should also be putting up your hand to look for funding. Because obviously, you know, you are supplying, I don't know what you're supplying. You're supplying equipments maybe? Oh, industrial cleaning. So like what, the equipment, or you actually do the cleaning? Oh, absolutely. That is big business, isn't it? Yeah. Bidfest is like your competitor. So as a woman, if your company is women-based and they're a differentiator, and you can be able to showcase what is your, you know, balance sheet looking like, your income statement, how much you generate on a yearly basis, there's no reason why you shouldn't get funding.
Okay, thank you.
My MC,
Thina ke abasidinga aba 5 million sizo zakubo.
MC,
Thank you.
sesicine ngale yokugcina. We're supposed to go to the top. Are there any
Cela
more?
nisiphendule. No, there are no other
Then
questions.
there are no more. Okay, let's start at the top. Oh, there's more.
Sorry, nangu sisi.
It's not really a question, but it's more of a request from everyone that has spoken amongst the panelists. Are they now willing to offer sort of like a smaller mentorship thing just to guide you? It doesn't have to be on a monthly basis, but we can do it maybe on a bi-yearly basis.
Mawazi mina stando sami vele bazokwenzela. That's how you open your mouth. You say, mamela mina, ngiwumuntu kazazi molo, ngicela i-mentorship. Mayala ungifonele.
We'll come back to that one. I think the first for you,
Yeah, so igibela ngiqale ngokusho ukuthi kuphi nendawo. So we are in Niger, we're based in Niger. And when I said let's get the tour, I said let's organize ourselves. The when is not necessarily an issue. Once there's a group of women that want to come, you let me know. I get the production team, because I have to advise them that there's going to be a tour. We get one of our team members to then guide you on the tour. If you want to also have a train ride, we can also arrange that. So it's not a matter of when, as long as you've organized yourselves, and I know the numbers that are coming. Gibela is, it's your company, by the way. We may be a private entity, but we are funded. Our customer is solely PRASA. So it's your company. So whenever you want to come and visit, sure. I think the second question was on the issue of corruption. I hear you, and it's not something that we're not aware of, ma. And for now, I think where I am in Gibela, we started last week. We are running ethics and compliance